Okay, let's have a little look at adding foam to the back of our exterior panel. Now, you cut the foam from the lining piece, so it's not the full depth of the exterior panel. It's a big panel, so it doesn't actually show easily on my screen. Without having my telephone on the ceiling, it's not going to show. I've so basted down both sides and along the bottom, but you can see here the foam is just kind of flapping at the top. Now, if you wanted to use fusible fleece for this, you can use fusible fleece and you can fuse it on and it'll be absolutely fine. Again, you can either fuse the whole thing if you want to make the entire outside. If you want to interface the entire outside with fusible fleece, then that's fine. It makes the top bit quite puffy. I like to use the same amount as I do foam, so you've got that bit at the top. This is where your grommets will be. This is where you'll be drawing the bag in. So I like just to put the fusible fleece on the bottom. However, we don't really want fusible fleece. Obviously, will stick all over. We don't really want this flapping like that. So, having attached the bottom and the sides, I'm just going to take some. These are spare bits of woven fusible that I've got. I'm just going to lay them so that they're kind of half on the foam. I'm going to press the foam part, and this is automotive headliner that I'm using, so it's 2 to 3 millimeters thick. Once I've got that bit that's attached now to the foam, I'm just going to use my finger now to kind of push that in, and I'm going to use my iron, and the edge of my iron is going just along the very edge of the foam. Now, you can use little bits if you want to, just use little sort of tabs every few inches. I just happen to have long bits sort of kind of sitting here, so I thought I might as well just use them. And this will secure the foam at the top, so it stops it flapping around inside your bag. And as you've already figured out, there's quite a lot of options for what you're going to interface and what you're not going to interface, what stabilizers you're going to use and what have you. So this one is this is a medium weight denim. It's got a lot of stretch in it though. I'm not quite sure why I even thought that this was a good idea. Let me just grab a piece. Look, this is the denim. I love the colour of it, but oh my goodness, it stretches for miles. Doesn't stretch that way, but it's really, really elastic. Make great jeggings or something like that. Not ideal for bag making. So I've actually used quite a this is a slightly heavier weight woven fusible interfacing just to stop it from stretching. Otherwise it's going to go all over the place. So just use your scraps of woven just along the top there, and that will secure your foam in place. You don't have to use foam. You can use fusible fleece, or you can go without anything. If you're using a fabric like waxed canvas, which can't be interfaced, you can't fuse anything to it. You could, if you wanted to have more structure, you could add fusible fleece or foam to the lining panel. It does make it more difficult to make your pocket, and I wouldn't advise you doing that if you're a new bag maker, because doing a pocket, an internal zipper pocket, when you've got foam, it can be quite challenging. If you're going to do that, I would suggest you cut out a hole where you put your foam on, where you're going to make your pocket, so that you're not actually sewing through the foam when you make your zipper pocket inside. So that's my foam attached on all 4 sides to my exterior. Now, the only thing that I've done differently on this than that isn't in the pattern is my exterior is made of this lovely denim, but I've added a leather overlay a faux leather overlay at the bottom with a slight accent, only because this was something that was asked for. Somebody wants this bag, so they wanted to have a bit at the bottom. That you don't need me to tell you how to do that. That's a 3-inch strip of faux leather with a 1/2-inch strip of faux leather that's been just laid underneath it by 1/4 inch, so that I've got a 1/4 inch white strip at the top. So that's how we prepare by adding our foam, if you choose to add foam.